Tests are a great way to add interactivity to a Lectora course. The test itself is a special chapter that contains the functionality to grade, share results, guide the learner, and more. To create a test, you'll navigate to the Test and Survey ribbon and select the Test option from the Add Test or Survey group. Alternatively, you can enter Ctrl+6 on your keyboard. Your test will automatically include a page count, cancel, back, and next button, as well as page 1 and the last test page. Before getting started, it's a good idea to fill in your test properties, behavior, and results. From the Properties ribbon, you can rename the test, change the page size or alignment, adjust what will be seen using the Inherit option, change the page layout, add a background, change the text style, or add a transition. From the Behavior ribbon, you can adjust how your tests will behave for each question, once completed or once failed. You can also randomize the test or make it timed. The On Completed or Passed and On Canceled or Failed areas are important if you want the learner to be directed to certain pages within the course, like a certificate or congratulations page. One thing to note is that randomizing a test at the test levels means that each and every page will be randomized. You can select the total number of questions or a certain number of questions from the whole test. Keep in mind that if you want to use pools of questions, it's better to randomize at the test section level. It's also good to note that you can't randomize at the test and test level at the same time, so use the option that best suits your needs. From the Results ribbon, you can have Lectora grade your test and also set the lowest passing threshold in a percentage out of 100. You can also show test results, including a custom test result which can be edited using the Results editor. Once you've entered in all of your test information, it's time to start adding questions. With page 1 selected, navigate to the Test and Survey ribbon and select the Questions drop-down from the Add Question group. Alternatively, you can select Ctrl+8 from your keyboard. From here, you see the multiple question types. Today I'll be discussing the 9 that are gradable by a learning management system. Let's start by adding a true or false question. Each question is created and edited by the question creator. From here, you have 3 tabs to help customize the question. From the Question tab, enter in basic information such as the question name, point value, question text, and choices. You'll also need to select the correct answer. The most customization for each question type can be done in the Choices section. Next, navigate to the Feedback tab. If desired, enable feedback of a question. This can be done when the question is processed or immediately when an answer is selected. You can also control what is being seen in the feedback, such as displaying a message, image, pop-up, or changing a character pose. From the Attempts tab, you can limit the number of attempts the learner has at answering the question. When selected, you have the option to show feedback, prompting them to review additional material or retake the test. Once you have filled out the question creator, select OK to add the question to the course. Format the question as needed to fit your theme or layout. To add another question, simply navigate to the Home ribbon and add another page to the chapter by selecting the Page option or entering Ctrl+3 on your keyboard. Then navigate to the Test and Survey ribbon and select the appropriate question type from the drop-down. You can also select the last question type by selecting the Question button. Let's add a multiple choice question. From here, you can enter in the general information and question text. You can also see that you now have the ability to enter in multiple choice values. You can also randomize the choices, show the choices as a drop list, or show an image with each choice. The same options are on the Feedback and Attempts page, so you can continue selecting the same option selected with the first question. Repeat the process again for adding another page and question. this time selecting the multiple response option. From here, you can enter in the general information and question text. You can also see that you now have the ability to enter in the choice values, randomize the choices, show the choices as a list box, or show an image with each choice. Instead of one correct answer being selected in the correct column, you can now choose as many as necessary. The same options are on the feedback and attempts page, so you can continue selecting the same options you chose with the first question. The next question type is a fill in the blank. From here, you can enter in the general information and question text. You can also see that you now have the ability to select if the correct answer will be any or all of the correct answers, include a multiple line entry field, be case sensitive, or have a text limit. To determine the correct answer, simply enter in the text in the correct section. A number entry is very similar to a fill in the blank. However, now only numerical values will be selected. You have the ability to select if the correct answer will be any or all of the correct answers and set a text limit. The choices can be set to equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than or equal to, between including, between excluding, or less than or equal to the number you enter in your choices. A matching question is a column of items on the left-hand side and a column of scrambled items on the right-hand side. The user must match items in the left column with items in the right column to answer the question. Again, you enter in your basic question information and then fill out the choices options. From here, you can enter in a specific short name for the choices in the name column. This information only appears in the test results. You can also then include text and images. The correct pairing of the left column should match the items that are straight across from the right column. If desired, you can add distractors into your columns in the distractors section. A rank or sequence question is one that requires users to assign an order or priority to content. Fill out the basic question information, then in the choices section, enter in the items in the correct order. You can also choose to assign a picture, randomize the choices, and show the choices in a drop list. A drag and drop question requires that the user drag source objects like text or images to define targets within a larger work area image. Enter in the basic question information and then select the image that will appear on the page. From the choices section, you can rename the items which only appear in the test results. You can also enter in the item's text and/or images. Then select which area is the correct drop zone. You can also rename the drop zones, which will only appear in the test results. In the preview window, you'll move your drop zones by selecting them and repositioning or resizing each one. You can also select the expand icon to use the expand view editor to make more detailed changes. With drag and drop questions, you have a few options, like snapping the drag item to the center of the closest drop zone, showing the drop zone outlines, and recoloring them if desired. You can also create a single correct drop zone for multiple choices to facilitate questions with answers that can be lumped together. The final gradable question type is a hotspot. A hotspot question includes visual multiple choice sets included to identify areas of an image. Each question can have one or more possible answers. Just like a drag and drop question, enter in the basic question information and then select the image that will appear on the page. You can also select how the hotspots will appear to the learner, giving you the ability to control how hard or easy the question will be. Enter in the answer options by changing the name field, then select the correct answer. If more than one answer is correct, be sure to select the correct answer includes more than one choice option. You can also set the outline color for the hotspots. Be sure to include your last question on the last test page, since this page includes the functionality to process the question and changes your next button to a done button. The done button comes preloaded with a process test action. This signifies that the test can be submitted for grading.